Aloha Headsets, Frank here. First and foremost, Happy New Year! It's been a wonderful year and I hope you had a great one and I hope your 2017 is even better. Mine was amazing and most of that is thanks to you. So, thank you so much for everything and without any further ado, here's my best of 2016. Now, people have been asking me day after day, Frank, what's your favorite game? And I never have a good answer. I love all my VR games in different ways, and in that sense, this list will reflect it. So, let's start things off with the best PSVR game with Move support. There were many wonderful contenders, but as you all know, there can only be one winner. It was a difficult choice, but my choice is Until Dawn Rush of Blood. This is one of those games that I really felt like my in-game arms were my real arms. The immersion is nuts. With polished graphics, amazing audio, and multiple routes on each level offering tons of replayability, Rush of Blood completely surprised me and has become my standout move-supported game of 2016. You need to hop on that haunted roller coaster and blast your way through some ghosts and ghouls. But while you're at it, don't forget about those great rhythm games. And while I'm at it, here's my pick for the best one of 2016. This wasn't as difficult of a choice for me. Although Rez and Thumper are amazing titles, and I believe every PlayStation VR owner should experience them, I still had to give the crown to Starship Disco. Even if you're not a fan of the game, built-in tracks, this VR rhythm shooter with multiple controller configurations is the amazing fruit of one extremely hard-working man's labor. Grab your DS4, 1 or 2 move controllers, and blast ships to the in-game tracks or something from your own library. With tight gameplay, an excellent price, and endless replayability, Starship Disco is one of the greatest surprises I have ever been given. Hey, turn down the music. It's time for the best VR cockpit game. Now, after spending hours carefully considering this pick, I believe I made the best choice. So, get ready to suit up and hop into the driver's seat of your very own mechanized sports robot in the amazing multiplayer title, Rigs. From menus to the arenas to the rigs themselves, this game is extremely polished. Play solo with a wealth of time trials and offline matches, or take your skills to the big leagues and join one of the best PSVR communities around and some of the most intense multiplayer matches the PlayStation VR has to offer. Now hop out of that rig and send out a few invites because it's time for the best social VR game. This was an easy choice, and I think you all know the winner. I'm talking about Werewolves Within. Join up to 7 other players in this amazing cross-platform virtual take on the classic board game. Get your role, hide to share it with the group, and get ready for an endlessly fun evening. The rules can be a bit overwhelming at first, but after 2 rounds, you'll be a vet. Every match is different in Werewolves Within. And if you have any issues while playing, don't worry, everyone is. They're working on a patch, and I think they got a little surprised at the awesome turnout. But enough about werewolves, let's talk about the best PSVR racing game of 2016. Now, competition wasn't very steep in this realm, but I think it really is worth mentioning that Drive Club VR is a great game. The resolution may not be all that, but it's certainly better than something like Cruising USA, which I personally spent hundreds of hours playing when I was younger. Sitting in my car is amazing. Adjusting the seat is too cool, and actually being able to check and see cars in my rearview mirror is really something else. I'm sure we will see tons of racing simulators in the future, but for a launch title, Drive Club really is a great game. All right now, hit the brakes because it's time for the best local VR multiplayer game. And this was an easy one for me as well, considering everyone got a copy and the only complaint I've heard is I wish it was longer. I had to pick the Playroom VR. Sony did an amazing job updating their Playroom app. The gameplay is fun and memorable, the visuals are gorgeous, and it's fun for kids of all ages. This title is free to everyone, so if you haven't checked it out, I suggest you give it a shot. I waited because it looked a little kiddie, but it truly is a great experience and offers local couch co-op. Okay, now take the VR away from Granny. She's had enough of the cooking demo, and it's time to sit back and hear about my pick for the best experience only possible with virtual reality. This category is for those games that really couldn't exist on any other platform. The true innovators that didn't just give us what we wanted, they gave us something we didn't even know we needed yet. And out of all the wonderful titles, I had to pick the amazing new grappling hook adventure, Windlands. Zip around from branch to branch in this beautiful virtual adventure into a distant realm filled with secrets and ruins, with relaxing and solid gameplay, plus move support on the horizon. I think this title truly taps into the new technology like no other. Now, take your time when first traveling to the Windlands. It's very easy to overwhelm yourself, and that can lead to a little nausea. But if you go slow at first, you'll find yourself topping the leaderboards in no time. Well, now that that's out of the way, it's time for my best PSVR game of 2016. This category, I know all of you have been waiting for, and I know a lot of you are going to disagree with me, but I gotta say, this game keeps bringing me back in. It has helped me find some wonderful friends, keeps updating regularly and seasonally, and all for free. They continue to add mini games, and although not every single one is perfect, with the addition of toys and updated tracking and graphics, this game takes the cake, in my humble opinion, as the best PSVR game of 2016. If you don't know already, I'm talking about Sports Bar VR. I have to mention their name because Cherry Pop Games really did and continues to do an amazing job to create and support their VR sports bar simulator. At the heart of everything is a wonderful pool simulator that truly does work. On top of all that, you can play darts, ramp ball, checkers, chess, shuffleboard, and air hockey. Join up to 5 other players and just enjoy. Sure, not all lobbies are great, but I ran my own lobby with some subscribers the other night, and it was awesome, and I would love to try to do that as nightly as possible. I know not all of you will agree with me, but honestly, this game is one of those games that I just can't wait to jump back into and just mess around. The mini games are great, but just goofing around with buddies is what really makes this an extremely immersive and memorable experience. Well, that's it, you guys. 2016 is over, but it will live on in my mind forever. I know it wasn't a perfect year, and in some respects makes me a bit fearful, but with what I've seen here and in my headset, I'm starting to believe that maybe we can make more than just a difference with video games. Don't just spend this year locked in your room. Bring your PSVR out to the living room. See if your dad will try it out. Be the one that brings your family together. Make that difference, because today you have the power to make this year something special. Be the bigger man or woman, and let's save the American family one virtual experience at a time.
Dr. Zor, taking full advantage of VR. I expect you to die.
Honestly, thank you all for watching. These past 2 months have been life-changing for me. I've been working since I was 8 years old and just never had the chance to foster any real relationships. But now, thanks to you and this community, I finally feel like I have a place where I belong and a community that cares about what I have to say. And don't forget, I care about what you have to say as well. So, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to stay up to date on everything PlayStation VR and you don't mind this ugly mug, friggin' subscribe!